My name is Richard Thomas, and I live at Christina Lake since '48. My first experience with wildlife came in the early '50s. There was deer in abundance everywhere throughout the Boundary area. As kids on the school bus, we were totally engrossed with counting the deer from Christina Lake to Grand Forks. The morning count was lower than the evening count returning home to Christina Lake. Usually about 50 to 100 in the morning to 300 in the evening. It was always exciting to locate as many as we could. It made the trip go much faster. I became fascinated with wildlife in the Boundary area. This continued until about 1970 when they started to decline in numbers. I became a hunter and was able to raise my family on wildlife up to 1979, where for the first time in my life I could not find a legal animal to feed my children. That year I had to buy a beef for the winter supply. I watched as the deer population slowly went down to where you could only see a few or even none on the same trip to Grand Forks. 25 years ago it became obvious we would lose a resource more valuable than any other attraction in the Boundary. During the 70s, the Highway Maintenance Office kept track of the highway kill they picked up off the road. This was 350 average, and that does not include the deer that were crippled, that were able to crawl or walk away and then die. I became involved in a small way with the game fence along Highway 3, and it became obvious that this was the only solution to saving the wildlife. I believe that the fence in place now has saved thousands of deer over the years, enough to sustain the population we have now. We still have areas of roadkill where the fencing has not been completed. In closing, it is my observation that the deer population could be maintained and increased in a moderate amount if the fence could be completed all along Highway 3 from Grand Forks to Christina Lake.